guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the pedal board that I use for worship at my local church. So the pedal board that I use is a Pedal Train Novo 18. You might have seen it in some pictures and in some previous videos, but this is the board that I use on a week in, week out basis. Now, as you can see, it is nothing fancy, it's nothing crazy. One thing I do a little bit differently is that my input and my output are not actually on the top of my board. As you can see, there is no place for input-output jacks on the top of my board. I actually run my input-output underneath my pedal board. Let me tell you why I decided to do it this way. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned that I was a big advocate and a huge fan of Temple audio boards. And although that might be true, I did have some challenges and some struggles that were outweighing me keeping my Temple Audio Trio 21. One of the drawbacks of Temple Audio is that if you don't have the funds to get their 4-bank patch bay module that goes on the sides, then you're kind of stuck having to either arrange your pedals so that your input is on the right side or your output's on the left side. And I found this very difficult when I wanted to rearrange my pedals and maybe put my volume pedal in the middle of my board versus the far right side. I tried many different wiring techniques, different layouts, and nothing was working for me. So when I found the Novo 18, I thought this is great because then I don't have to worry about fishing my 1/4-inch jack in through the small holes. When I found the Pedal Train Novo 18, I was sure that I fixed my problem. And for the most part, it did. But I was still left thinking there's got to be a different way that I can have an input and an output and it not be awkward. So after doing a ton of research, I realized that there's a lot of junction boxes out there, but the enclosures are really big and awkward and really difficult to mount. Until I found these little guys. Now, as you can see, there's nothing fancy, there's nothing special about this. It's a little black box with 2 1/4-inch jacks on either side. One of the reasons that I went this way versus getting the module was because the module is really expensive in comparison. And living in Toronto, Canada meant that I had to deal with exchange rate, shipping, duties, all that kind of stuff. One of these little black boxes might range anywhere from $7 to $10 each, with maybe $5 shipping. The jacks are also very inexpensive. Let's open one up and see what's inside. So as you can see, there is nothing special about this little black box. It is pass-through, it is point-to-point soldering. There's no PCB board, there's no chip, there's no fanciness that's gonna suck your tone, that's gonna add some distortion or fuzz or crackling or anything like that. If you wanna try your hand at soldering, it is super simple. You don't need a bunch of wire. It is really easy. The other thing that you might notice is the Velcro that I have on these little black boxes. Now, it doesn't look like much, but the difference between the Velcro that I'm using on this versus the Velcro that you might have on your pedal board is that this particular Velcro has little notches, and when those notches interlock, it actually locks in place, which means that it's not going to go anywhere. As an example, if we just take this and push it together, you'll actually feel the little notches locking in place. And it actually takes quite a bit of force, as you can see, to pry it open. I was originally going to mount these little input-output boxes on the side of my pedal, but I decided to try and squeeze it in between the rails of my Pedal Train Novo 18, and it worked like a charm. I didn't have to add any extra brackets, I didn't have to add any extra zip ties or screw into the pedal board and ruin the quality or the value of the pedal train. If you guys want to try out this Velcro, I'm going to put a link in the description below for you to check it out. In videos to come, I'm actually going to do a tutorial on how to build your own box. If you have any other questions, comment below, like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.